if you're watching, I'm just making sure that the camera stays in a good spot. And if you can hear me, I'd love a little text from somebody to tell me that you can hear me and see me. We'll get started in like 10 or 15 minutes. Hi, you guys. We'll be getting started in about 8 or 10 minutes. So in the meantime, you can just grab yourself a towel, some water, and put on some gentle music. I'll be right back. All right, hi everyone. So we're gonna still wait 3 to 4 minutes to get started. Make sure everybody gets here. In the meantime, if you can hear me and see me, please drop a note in the comment box so that I know we're all good. And I'd also love to hear where you're viewing from. Where are you in the world today? Maybe it's tonight or tomorrow morning for you. Let me know. I want to see something in the comment box just so I know that this is working. Thank you. Maybe nobody can hear me. Somebody's giving me a thumbs up. Oh, hey, California. Hi, Elizabeth. Great. Thank you so much. Awesome. Who else is on here? Let's see, I have to turn Southern California. Mindy, hi. California is a big place. California is where my heart lives, even though my body lives here in Denver. Who else is here? Where are you viewing from today? Isn't the internet really awesome in some ways? Connects us all over the world, especially Yoga Download. I've made so many connections all over the place through Yoga Download. So if you're just joining me, oh, I'm still sideways. Thanks, Elizabeth. Wow. Okay, this happened last time. Thank you so much for telling me. I'm gonna see what happens. The problem is when I turn it right side up, that better? Am I right side up? It has to balance precariously on this little speaker thing. Oh man, I can't believe that. I thought I had it this time. Well, it gives me a lot more room, but hopefully the camera will stay. Ah! Shoot. Okay, who can give me a thumbs up that is working now? Am I right side up? Thank you. So sorry about that. Let me see if I can find something to prop it a little bit better. You guys should see it. It's like propped between like greeting cards and kids' books. Here's another one, A to Z. Hopefully gonna hold our camera up in the right spot here. I have a lot of respect for what the people do in our normal yoga download recording studio. Okay, and then what happens if I go this way a little bit? Okay, well, if you're just joining me, hopefully I'm right side up, and I'd love to hear where you're viewing from today. Hi, Chelsea. Thanks for being here. Chelsea's in the neighborhood. Chelsea's my neighbor. Where are the rest of you viewing from today? We have one California, one Southern California. Chelsea's in Sunnyside, Denver. Let's see, what time is it? I'm gonna give it 2 more minutes just so everybody can get here. In the meantime, make sure you have a bath towel handy or some other kind of blanket and water, and you could put on some soft music. In the future, if you're interested, my Spotify playlists are all public, and I've got a lot of the ones that I recorded for yoga download classes on there and my other yoga classes, so you're welcome to check those out. I'm easy to find, the only Elise Fabricant in the world. Speaking of, I'd love to connect with you over social media, so if we're not Facebook friends, please find me, follow me on Instagram. Here looks fine. That's my old childhood friend in North Carolina. Thanks, Hesper. So awesome to have you. Trinidad, hey, thanks for coming back. Yes, Chelsea, we have been trying that and it's not working. Somehow I haven't figured out how to turn the phone horizontal, but we're working on it. All the pleasures of learning tech. Elizabeth says, you love the morning quickie. Have you number 2? Number 2 just got released. You guys, these are free classes, Morning Quickie 1, Morning Quickie 2. They're actually a couple of my favorites. I try to do them nearly every day. It is really wild practicing to your own yoga video, I have to say. It's like, oh, thank you, past self. Any other favorite videos on Yoga Download that come to mind? Hey, Southern Utah, another Mindy, awesome. What are your favorite Yoga Download videos? Or do you have any requests? I'll be in there hopefully to record again in June. Always happy to take requests for classes to record. Okay, I think it's that time. So I'm gonna get back onto my mat and hopefully the camera stays. Hi, Karen. Thanks for being here from Northern Colorado. Okay, so now that I'm back on my mat, I actually can't see your comments and I can just barely see that I'm fitting in the screen. So hopefully that'll stay this time. Thank you so much for bearing with me. Tech is not my forte. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Elise Fabricant. I'm a teacher for Yoga Download. I'm also a massage therapist and yoga teacher in person. And of course, those avenues of work have been gone for me for the last couple months. So I've been really, really grateful for Yoga Download for this opportunity. And if you're watching from the YouTube page, I believe there's a little button that says donate now, or you could scroll up on the comments here and see a little link. And if you feel like donating any money, Yoga Download's giving me all of it, so it would be highly appreciated, but never any pressure. It's also wonderful that they're offering this class for free. So those of you who were with me last week, we worked the core. And we worked the core with the intention of strengthening it to support the lower back. Today, we're going to be working the same area, but with a different intention, and that is for digestion. So we're going to be massaging and squeezing and rinsing and wringing out all those digestive organs. The reason that I'm doing this class today is that I am halfway through a 14-day cleanse with 14 wonderful people, a couple of whom I've met through Yoga Download. And I thought it was appropriate for them to be able to have this resource of the yoga poses to do that help digestion and elimination. So, I'm so sorry. I was just going to say that Pippa's here with me, and the mailman might be here. Oh, very scary mailman. Okay, stop. Look, that's mail. Okay, come here. Come say sorry. Pippa says sorry. She was protecting all of us from the very vicious mailman, and now she's going to go back to her bed, right? Okay, be quiet now. All right, the pleasures of live classes from home. Time for your nap, silly. Okay, where was I? So Pippa there, when the mailman came, went from her nap, rest and digest nervous system, to fight or flight, fight in her case. So the nervous system itself is vitally important when we're talking about good digestion. When you're in fight or flight, all the digestive stuff shuts off. You wouldn't want to have to be digesting and pooping if you were running from a proverbial mountain lion or like the scary mailman or something, right? However, when you're in the parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest, all of the fire happens in the belly, the digestive juices happen, all of the movement there. So for good digestion, it's important to switch the nervous system from fight or flight to rest and digest. The easiest way to do this is through the breath. Hi, Pips. So we're going to practice the breath that will help alter the nervous system on our backs. Go ahead and join me on your back. And if you haven't grabbed a shower towel or something like that, go ahead and grab one. Okay. Go ahead and come on down to your back and pull your knees up into your chest. Just give yourself a little hug as you draw the shins down and start to feel your belly balloon up onto your thighs with each breath. With the inhalation, the belly expands, presses into the thighs, and massages the internal organs. With the exhalation, the belly collapses and the spine and low back can melt towards the earth. And now I want you to start the breath that will help you calm the nervous system. So basically, this is it's very simple. It's just exhaling longer than the inhale. So as you inhale, fill up, and then hold at the top for a moment. And then make sure your exhalation is nice and long and smooth. At the bottom of the exhalation, hold out. Inhale, hold at the top. Exhale, really slowly let it all out. Hold at the bottom. Inhale one more time like this. Hold nice and full. And then exhale ever so slowly, let it out, calming the nervous system, hold at the bottom. Now, interlace your hands around the bottom of the right kneecap as you stretch the left leg long. You can draw that right knee out to the side a little bit. It's massaging the internal organs, the ascending colon. Let's try that same breath. Inhale, hold. Exhale, slow, long breath out, hold. Inhale, fill up and hold. Exhale, let out every little last drop of air and hold. One more time here. Inhale, big breath. And then exhale, see if you can feel your whole nervous system calming down with that exhalation. Switch legs. Right leg long, left knee up and in. 3 breaths like this. Inhale. Hold. Exhale, long and smooth. Let it all out. Hold. Inhale. Fill up. Exhale, slowly let it all out. Inhale one more time here. You're massaging the descending colon this time. Hold. And then slow motion, exhale, let it all out. Good. We're going to keep the exhalation longer than the inhalation. Bring both knees in and then just give yourself a rock up or come to a seat in whatever way works for you. Pippa, we're calming the nervous system right now. She's on guard. She might bark again, but we can still stay calm. Go ahead and turn around into all fours. And while we're here, we'll just do a few rounds of cat and cow as we always do in my classes. With the inhalation, lengthen the belly, lift hips, lift heart. Exhale, round the belly, pull the navel up and in. Now your digestive system's going on a little roller coaster ride. Inhale at the belly, drop and lengthen. Exhale, suck that belly up and in, navel to spine. One more time. And last time, cat pose. Good. All right, draw the hips back towards the heels for child's pose. Really enjoy that pressing into the thighs with the belly. You could come up onto your fingertips the way I am and push the floor away from you. Drag your hips back deeper towards your heels. Lengthen the exhalation as you breathe here one more time. And then we'll press into downward facing dog. So hands to the earth, tuck your toes, lift your hips, and straighten your legs. Now, for the purpose of this class, since we're really wanting to massage the belly, I would recommend for this first down dog, come up onto the toes, bend your knees deeply, and see if your belly can press into your thighs. Yeah, we did this last week to experiment with the anterior curve of the pelvis. Here we're doing it to see if the belly can press to the thighs, then push the belly towards the thighs with the inhalation, and exhale, start to walk. Feet to hands. You can take lots of little steps. Nice straight legs. So this class is going to be a little more mellow. We'll do some yin poses in just a moment. But for now, let's flow with the next inhalation. Halfway lift, pull your belly up and in. Exhale, round over that hollow belly, forward fold. Press through the feet and roll up to standing. Soft bend in the knees. At the tail end of the breath, sweep the arms all the way up overhead. And then let's come into our first sun salutation, hinging at the hips, long, deep, smooth exhalation. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Let's step back into plank pose. In plank, fire up that belly towards the spine. Exhale, drop the knees and lower all the way down, elbows hugging ribcage. Untuck toes for cobra. Inhale, push your belly into the earth for today as you peel the chest up. Exhale, lower the chest down slowly. Inhale, peel up. Feel the navel pressing towards the ground. Exhale, lower. One more time like this. It doesn't matter if you come up very high. You're just getting a little extra pressure, belly to ground. And then exhale, come back down. Now press the hands into the earth and pull your hips back into child's pose once again. Deep crease in the hips, belly presses towards the thighs. Take a deep breath in, a long, smooth breath out. Then tuck your toes and straighten the legs, downward facing dog. Let's spend 3 breaths here. Lengthening the exhalation. As you calm the nervous system, you can turn what you eat, your food, into fuel rather than excess belly fat. It's true. With the exhalation, longer than the inhalation, the nervous system will calm and you can turn your food into fuel. Let's walk the feet forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, deep forward fold, rounding over a ballet bar with the belly. And then let's roll up slowly. Take your time, sweep the arms up overhead as you're ready. With your exhalation, Utkatasana. So bend your knees and bend them a little bit further than normal. So you're sitting way back and down, a nice compression through the belly. With your deep inhalation, lift the heart. With your long exhalation, fold forward, straight legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, let's step the right foot back into lunge and place the knee down to the ground. Now to just begin, we'll come into a yin-like lunge, which means the torso and belly actually just rests on the front thigh. Oops. Take a few deep breaths right here. So hopefully you'll feel a stretch through the right frontal hip flexor, but also a compression of the belly on the left thigh. And then we'll open up into a gentle twist. So right hand comes to the ground, left arm reaches up and over. You can stay here working on churning the belly, or if you'd like to add a thigh stretch, reach back and grab the outside edge of the foot. If that's not available, don't worry about it. What's more important here is that we're getting a little baby twist. And then hands come down. Step left foot back into dog. And right foot forward into lunge. Slide that back knee down. Drape your chest and belly over the front thigh. Let go of the head. I like to wiggle a little side to side here. And then a little gentle twist, left hand down, right arm up. Stay right here or reach back, quad stretch. Twists are so good for digestion. Let's take it back to downward facing dog. 3 long breaths. If the inhalation is a count of 5, try to make the exhalation a count of 7. And then walk your feet forward. Bend the knees way deep. Reach your arms all the way up overhead. And then this time let's take a twist. So palms to the heart. Sink your booty back and down, lengthen through the spine, and then take one elbow over the opposite knee. Doesn't matter which way you start. I like to make a bear claw. Bottom hand becomes a fist, top hand on top, wraps around. And then use your belly and your core strength to really churn the navel and twist. Keep your hips a little bit lower than your shoulders at all times. And release, forward fold. Oh, let it go. difficult to talk and twist at the same time. Hopefully you can keep your breath nice and long. Let's try it again. Bend down deeply, reach the arms up, bend palms to prayer in front of the heart. Rotate, right elbow, left thigh. Make a bear claw if you'd like. Keep the hips low and the heart high, and then twist, rinse, and ring. And release into forward fold once again. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back to plank pose. In plank, belly to spine. Bend the elbows, lower all the way to the ground. You can always drop to your knees. I'm going to scoot back a little bit. This time, let's take a modified bow pose. So reach back and grab your ankles if you can. Oh, I need to take a breath. And then really here, we're here to really massage the belly. So you could keep your knees on the ground. If it helps, you can lift the knees. I want you to feel the belly really pressing into the earth. If the knees are lifted a little bit, maybe you rock a little forward and back. I don't care how high up you go. This is not about back bending. This is just about getting that belly warmed up. And then release. Let's come into child's once again. This time, maybe it feels good to draw your knees together. That way more of the belly can rest on the thighs. Slow down the breath. Downward facing dog. Stretch open the arms, tuck the toes. Let's bring some space between the feet and the knees here. And then walk the feet forward about a foot or so. You may need to adjust in a moment. We're going to come into a twist from here. So you're going to take one hand, it'll be my left, around the opposite leg, shin, calf, ankle, wherever you can grab. And then with the hand around the outside edge of the opposite leg, start to pull yourself under and through. With my right hand, I'm going to push the floor away, draw the hips back, and twist. Feeling the twist come into the belly even here. Switch it out, other side. Use your hands, pull with the right hand, push with the left. And then let this twist come from the upper back, but also into the belly. Twist and churn. Long, deep breath, even here. Release. From here, just step your feet forward and wide, preparing for a twist. I'm going to take this opportunity to grab a drink of water. Did I say preparing for a twist? I meant preparing for a squat. So squat pose is actually really, really good for the digestion, and people around the world use just a squat like this instead of a toilet. Yes, I know I'm talking about poop live on TV, but this is a much better position for your body for defecation. So it's a good pose to start to get familiar with, and we're going to take a little twist even here. So let's bring one hand down and the other arm up. And then release and switch. Release and switch, still breathing. And release and switch. Let's do one more time on each side. Good. So in my yoga download classes, I have a class where I use these little yoga tune-up balls. I definitely recommend checking it out, especially in this time when we can't get ourselves massaged. It's just been a lifesaver for me to use the balls. I also wanted to show you the massage ball for the belly. This is called the Gorgeous Ball for your belly. You can come out of your squat. Let's come onto the bottom now. I know most of you don't have these balls at home, so I thought we'd just use a towel and do pretty much the same thing. So go ahead and grab your towel. It can just be a bath towel or something. And make it a little smaller. And then make it into a roll. So my roll looks like this. And this roll is going to be a massage tool for the belly. So go ahead and come on down and place that roll right under the navel area. I recommend starting on your elbows to take some weight out of it. Now you can allow your breath, time, and gravity to welcome that roll into the tissues of the abdomen. Now, if this is a little intense for you, you're not alone. This can be quite challenging for me, and it also feels quite beneficial. Hopefully it does for you too. Now, I want you to just, maybe with the help of your feet or toes or elbows, move yourself either up or down just a little bit, changing the position of the roll just half an inch or so. Ooh. Start to come into that long, deep, smooth breath if you've lost it. And then we'll move to one more spot. So I'm going to move down the roll this time. And then find the spot that needs some extra work. And then see if you could come off your elbows and actually rest a lot of weight onto it. Let's take a few rounds of that long breath. Inhale for 5. Hold. Exhale for 7. Hold. 2 more rounds like this, please. Maybe shifting slightly to a different part of the belly. Lengthening the exhalation to calm the nervous system. The belly is a place that holds a lot of emotions, especially anxiety. Let all of that stuff out with the out breath. Good. I think that's been long enough. You can come up on hands. And since we're here in all fours, let's just take another round or 2 of cat and cow. You could even take side curves if that feels good. Oh, whatever feels nice for you. And now you've got this roll right here. So I want you to use it underneath your bottom in Virasana. So knees together, heels apart. Sitting back and down onto that roll. If you don't need the roll, you can sit all the way down to the ground. Just make sure that the toes are pointing straight back. If there's a lot of pressure here on the knees, elevate your hips even more. And then let's take a hand to the belly and a hand to the heart. Close your eyes. Feel into your breath. Feel into all these amazing systems of the body, the nervous system, the digestive system, the endocrine system, the respiratory system, all of these ways that the body keeps you healthy and strong and ticking day after day. You can release your hands. Keep your spine long. Take your left hand around to your right shin and right hand behind your back. Inhale for length and exhale for twist. 2 more times. Inhale, length. Exhale, twist. 1 more. Oh yeah, and then unwind all the way through center and over to the other side. Inhale, find length from the tailbone to the crown of the head. Exhale, twist and turn and churn through the belly. 2 more times. This is going to feel so good afterwards. Nice job. Now let's come off the knees. You could stay on the roll though, and just extend the legs out for Paschimottanasana. In Yin Yoga, we call this caterpillar pose. So here, if you had another roll or pillow or something, you could place it underneath your belly. We're just going to round forward so that we compress the belly area again. And you can let your head hang, you can let your spine round, soften your arms, they don't have to reach for anything right now, the palms can turn up. And then feel the length of the spine, the compression of the belly, the long, smooth breath. Just a reminder to all of you that another way to support me and Yoga Download and yourself is to use the code Elise50 if you're purchasing anything off the site. It'll give you 50% off. It gives me a little cut. I was also thinking that this would be such a great present for Mother's Day or graduation. With this 50% off, you can get like a full year of unlimited yoga for $60 to give away to somebody you love. So that's my little advert and caterpillar pose. It's just such a win-win for everybody. Let's take one more breath in. With the exhalation, fold a little deeper. Inhale, come up slowly. Oh, little counter pose. Bring the hands behind your back, roll the shoulders back, lift up, especially through low back, heart. And let's do another twist here. So right foot can cross over the left knee, right hand behind the back, lift up through the left arm, get length all the way from your hip, all the way up. And then cross the elbow over the knee, or I like to hold the hand around the knee, and then start to twist. Lots of twists for this digestive class today. We're also taking lots of time to slow down, use the breath, and calm the nervous system. My invitation to you is in the next week or so, notice before you start to eat how your nervous system feels. So if you feel stressed, fight or flight, you now know how to calm it down with the breath. Go ahead and switch. Right leg out, left leg up and over. Wrap the arm. Use the other hand for support behind you. Find length and twist. It only takes 2 minutes of long, smooth breath to calm even the most ferocious fight or flight nervous system. And it's really important to do this so that you're not producing cortisol while you eat. Cortisol, for some reason, will turn all of your food into belly fat, which is why I think a lot of us have gained weight during the stressful last couple of months. But if you can take the time to breathe and calm the nervous system, then your food becomes fuel instead. Unwind. Good. Frog pose is next. So continuing on with a little bit of yin yoga. Here, you may want to open up your blanket a little bit longer on the mat. And I'm going to turn side longwise here. Hopefully you can still see me. Yeah, I think you can. I'm going to stretch the legs out as wide as possible without causing harm. And then watch my feet. I'm going to pull them out a little bit so that they're just underneath the knees. Flex the feet. This will protect the knee joints. It's called frog pose because this looks like little flippers. And then come down to your elbows. Now let's get a really nice stretch in the hips and adductors, inner thighs. So if you don't feel that yet, you may want to just take your hips a little bit forward or back. Yeah. And then when you find that soft, juicy spot, just relax your head, soften through the shoulders. Allow some relaxation of your belly right here. So it's going to maybe hang out a little bit, and that's fine. Find your breath. Notice if your jaw is trying to take over, and instead just let it soften that big master muscle of the jaw. And take a little break now. We're here for just a few more breaths. Stay with me, you guys. Thank you again for showing up on your mat with me in my home in Denver. Such a funny time. Let's take one more deep breath in. With the exhalation, release. So I just like to push myself forward a little bit until my hips come down to the ground. And then I wiggle myself back, close up the legs. It's not very graceful. And then you could use your hands to push up. From here, let's come into child's. I'm just going to turn around, but maybe you can stay where you are. Actually, let's try embryo pose. So knees come together like we did before. Forehead to the ground, but this time the arms can come behind, shoulders soft and floppy. We got a few breaths here. Long exhalation. Okay, as you're ready, slowly come on up. I feel like I could stay here all afternoon. So we're gonna come up, move off the towel, and then roll it up once again. So a lot you can do with a little bath towel. From here, sit on that towel just like you did before. But this time we're going to bring the soles of the feet together for Baddha Konasana or butterfly pose. Now, because of the nature of my hips, which tend to get impinged, I keep my knees quite high. If your knees are easily further down to the ground and it feels soft and pretty comfortable, you can fold forward, and that's really good for the digestive system. If you're like me and want to stay upright, that's totally fine too. Close down your eyes wherever you are. And once again, practice the breath. Inhaling for the count of 5. Hold for a count of 1. Exhaling, make it longer, count of 7. And hold out for a count of 1. If you folded forward, come up slowly. We can all bring the hands behind, take a little counter stretch, roll shoulders back and lift up. And then almost like you're closing the covers of a book, you can bring one knee up and then the other. Come on, off your roll, but keep it handy. You're going to need it later. And then let's just roll down onto our backs for the rest of our time together. So a pretty mellow class today. I know some of you said last week's class was pretty hard, so giving you a break today. With the feet on the ground, lift up your hips and take them over to the right side of the mat so that the hips will be in the right place for a spinal twist. Then the left leg will extend long to the ground. Hug your right knee up and in. Then tilt the right knee across the body until it comes to or towards the ground. And then the right arm can extend. You could bend the elbow. Notice how that slides the shoulder blade down the back. What's most important here is that you're really feeling a nice twist through the belly area without tweaking the low back joints. So that's why I want you to really make sure that that left hip is directly underneath the right. Then the twist can come from the belly, the rib cage, and through the upper back, even through the neck if you choose. And let yourself get really heavy and passive right here. Slowing it down. One more breath in. Long, extended exhalation out. And then inhale, come back up to center. Now you guys, oops. Hi, are you still here? Looks like it, good, sorry. I think I froze for a moment. Okay, hopefully you are still on your back and we'll switch to the other side of twist. So this time we're going to take the hips over to the left, extend the right leg long, tilt the left knee across the body, make sure that the hips are in one line, right underneath the left, and then roll the rib cage, and then feel your belly really twist up. Working those digestive organs. Taking the time to slow down. So I know you guys are watching from all over the place today, which is so amazing. Here in Denver, this is the first day that we are partially open. There's a lot of controversy about that. It creates some anxiety in me. And what I'm noticing is there's already so much more traffic and hustle and bustle out there. My intention, even as we start to open, is to stay inward, stay calm, stay intentional. One way to do this is continue to come back to the breath. Continue to calm the nervous system even as we start to move out into the world again. With the next inhalation, come on back. Good. Take your roll now and place it underneath your sacrum, your low back. Now, mine is kind of flat. It doesn't really matter. I just want a little padding there, and then let's bring the legs straight up into legs up, the invisible wall pose. So this pose can be really, really calming as well. From here, you may want to take your fingertips to your belly. If you have a real wall nearby and want to scoot over there, that's fine too. We're just here for about a minute. Let your upper body rest. Feel free to close down your eyes. See if you can feel the blood draining from your feet. And now you're taking a little of the pressure off the digestive system by turning upside down in this way. If your fingers are on your belly, maybe you can feel those big belly breaths. With the inhalations, the fingertips push away from each other, and with the exhalations, they fall back in towards each other. If you're enjoying this pose, you can stay right here. If it feels like the legs are having to work too hard, then I'd recommend just bending the knees, placing the feet on the ground for a modified supported bridge pose. You could even take the feet wide and let your knees knock in towards each other. Still breathing into the belly. I can actually hear some gurgling in my belly. I wonder if you could hear or feel your own. I'd love to hear comments from you to see how this is feeling on your digestive system after we're done with class. And from here, we're going to come into Shavasana, or if you prefer, you can also come into seated meditation. So whichever you choose, you'll want to lift up the butt and slide your roll out from underneath. And then you can extend down into corpse pose or join me in a comfortable seat. Wherever you are, let's just take another minute or two together, allowing the benefits of the poses to assimilate into our body, mind, and spirit. I know it's tempting to get up and rush off to the next thing. We're not here for too long. This is an important part of the practice, so stay with me. Again, it's such a pleasure and an honor to be able to teach for Yoga Download, and especially during this strange time when I can't be in a studio, to be able to teach to all of you all over the world. Please join me next week right here with Pippa the Poodle in my living room. In the meantime, again, you can use my code Elise50 to get 50% off anything on the site. I'd love to connect with you over Facebook or Instagram. Or you could go to my website, elisefabricant.com, and sign up for my newsletter. I have a really exciting new coaching program being released in a couple weeks, specifically to help people move through this time, this transition time from the COVID crisis into the rest of their lives with more ease and grace and power and choice. So stay tuned to that. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste. Bye, y'all.